Hi, I'm Jose Anunciato, and you're watching the webdev channel.
All right, let's see, we are in week 3. Last week we had introduced React as our client-side framework. We're still using the Java Spring Boot framework as a server. And you should have started creating a new repository where you're hosting the React client, right? And so now you have 2 repos, right? And the one of them is hosting your React client, and the other one is hosting your middle tier. And your React client would be sending requests to your Java Spring Boot middle tier. Yes. Yeah, so you're going to be working with both repositories, right? For the middle tier, you're going to keep doing all your work in the middle tier Java Spring Boot repository that you created for the first assignment. So that's going to stay, right? Where you had created the user model, plus the, now you're going to add the course model, the module, and so on and so forth in there, right? And the services are going to live there, right? On the same Java Spring Boot repository we've been using all along, right? We're going to add a new repository that's going to add the client to this side, right? In the previous one, we used jQuery as the client, which will live in the same repository as the Java Spring Boot, right? Here, React is a little more involved, right? It's its own framework, right? It needs its own compilers, its own deployment. So it's better to manage it in a completely different repository. Okay? Yes.
So basically, we're just like for the assignment, we just do comments on both records.
Yeah, you commit, right? So if it's middle tier code and data access, database, web services, all that would be in the same Java Spring Boot server we've been using so far. I'm sorry? That's for assignment 1. In assignment 2, you're going to use the same Java Spring Boot repository for the middle tier, but for the client side, you're using a React repository. It's a separate React repository. Okay. So this week, we're going to stick to the same exact framework. Right? We're going to still keep using the same Java Spring Boot middle tier, right, for this week, and we're still going to be using the same React front end framework. Okay, but we're going to add a couple of things here. We're going to introduce a new technology today, Redux. Redux is it's an addition to the React framework that it really exists independently of React, okay? But it happens to be it solves a very important problem with React, okay? As you'll notice, as you work on assignment 2, you'll find yourself sending state information from the containers down to their children, and all the communication that happens between these two is very cumbersome. Right? It's you're not sure when the messages arrive, when to send them back to the parent. So sharing state information about the application on the client side is non-trivial, right? You have to create all these a component did mount, all these event handlers, maintaining the state. It's just a challenge. Okay? So Redux solves this problem. And by creating a single place, a single store, a single place where data lives, right? And everybody can send it messages, right? With how data is transformed, how data is created, and it allows you to maintain a history of all the state that the application has been in. So it's great for testing. It's great for implementing like undo. So you can see exactly how your state of your application has evolved over time, and you can reconstitute your application at any point in the history of that state transformation. So it also uses a lot of functional programming. So it doesn't use any side effects. It really improves the overall application development lifecycle. So yeah. So this week we're gonna keep working with React. But we're going to add Redux to React. Right? Next week, I'm not quite sure if we're going to get a chance to still play with React Native. We'll see. and after that we'll switch over and use an entirely new framework. We'll switch for the server, we're going to go to Node.js. For the client side, we're going to go to Angular, and for the database, we'll use MongoDB. Right. So on the 5th week, again, there will be a tumultuous bump in the road where there's going to be a lot of pain, setting up environments again and whatnot. But we'll deal with that. It's actually much easier to set up the mean stack than the other one. So it shouldn't be too bad. All right, so that's where we're going. Let's get started with Redux.
I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, like the video, and share it. Thanks.